Alright guys, today I'm going to be having some blueberry tea with some milk, but today I kind of wanted to talk about how being alone and being lonely is two different concepts, where being alone is kind of like you're okay with the fact that you're alone and you're just on your own path, and it's I'm gonna relate a little bit of my experiences to it. I feel like a lot of people can relate to this, where they went through like elementary school and high school and they didn't have a lot of friends or people that they felt connected to, but you have that little group of people that you still hang around with. I have like, it's a little bit, I don't know how I feel about it. Sometimes I feel like I'm alone, but sometimes I feel like I'm lonely. It's a very complicated life, where two parts of it, I'm like, I feel like I'm good one day, and then I'm lonely another day. It's I don't know, because in one way, I have like two childhood friends or three childhood friends that I could like speak to and be like, have a conversation or hang out with, but there's a part of me that wants to explore like being friends with people that I'm like in my current environment, but I don't know, for me, I think I really like being honest, and I really like just being with the people that I truly feel connected to, not forcing an interaction. And I really enjoy like true connection, and I seek true connection with people. If I feel like the vibe is truly meant to be, then I'm like, yeah, I'll hang out with that person or whatever. But I'm not gonna force myself to go out of like my friend zone, or go to a whole new means of like asking people around, and like I would never do that. I kind of just hang out with childhood friends and stuff, and I feel 10 times better in that scenario. Because I feel like if I hang out with a group of people and I force myself in an interaction, sometimes you can get that same feeling of loneliness, like, everyone's been there, where they feel like they're lonely even though they're surrounded by like three friends, or three people, or people that are having you feel like you're in a whole different world, where they're having their own conversation and you don't feel included in the conversation or whatever. It's like, I don't know, I would rather just have the small group of people that I can talk to and I feel included, rather than just forcing this interaction or pretending that everything's okay. And I seek true connection, and I feel like sometimes I feel like it's good, and then sometimes I feel like I need to go outside my comfort zone and make new friends, but I really don't. It's a confusing journey, and I'm curious what you guys think about it, but sometimes it's like when you're lonely, you feel like nobody is, maybe like you start to doubt yourself, right? Because you start to feel like, am I in the wrong for like, sometimes like in those in those situations where you feel lonely, you went through like maybe breaking off a bridge, or like burning a bridge with someone, and because they did something, and then sometimes you question like, oh, was that the right decision? Did I go too far? Am I taking it too seriously? Like, I always bring up, if something bad happens in a friendship, I always bring it up and I try to like get an understanding. Sometimes I feel like people don't like that, like even though jokes are jokes, it's good to joke here and then, but sometimes jokes like get really deep and like feel like it's hurting, and I feel like people pretend like it's okay when it really isn't, and yeah, I don't like that. I just confront and I just say like, yo, that wasn't cool, like, and sometimes that makes me feel lonely, because it's like, I don't know if that was the best decision, or was I being too soft, or like, but I feel content with everyone around me. I feel I'm confident in my ability to take people away if I don't feel comfortable with them, which I'm proud of, but in another sense, I feel like I should be surrounded by so many more people, and I just want to be surrounded by more people like me, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm being too soft, something's wrong with me in that sense, I don't know, but yeah, that's up to me to find out, and yeah, I talk to people about it too, and people say that, like, I should go outside and of my comfort zone and find more people, and I think I'll end up finding more people that I have that connection with, but sometimes it just feels like, I don't know. I don't know if it's me or the other person, or maybe it's just, it's just the environment, and yeah, I don't know. I feel like loneliness is the thing that just comes and goes whenever you have this sort of craving. You get into scenarios where people are busy, or you get caught up in things like school or work, and you haven't hung out in a while, or you haven't texted in a while, not even, and then you just feel like you get that sense of loneliness sometimes, and it can be healed with like hanging out with that friend, or maybe you do something new and you meet someone new, and it heals that feeling, that feeling of loneliness temporary. And sometimes I feel like whenever my mind drifts off to like thinking about if I'm lonely or not, it's like I end up thinking about, like, whenever I hang out with a childhood friend, or whenever I do something like that, am I actually fulfilled with what I have, or do I want more, or I'm not sure in that context, because sometimes I feel like I'm perfectly fine with the people that I have in my life, but at times I feel like it's been so many years and I'm still with the same group of friends. Like, maybe it's a sign that I'm too stubborn, or maybe it's a sign that I need to be more open to, like, joking about things, and I'm being too soft. I'm not sure about that feeling, and yeah, it challenges my mind here and then, but I think others should think about that too. I think you should be open to going outside your comfort zone. Like, the other day I went to Niagara Falls, actually, and I saw a person with the same camera that I'm using, the DJI Pocket 3, and I had like this feeling, this thought in my mind, like, like, you haven't talked to anybody, like, you should approach that person, you should talk to them, and like I did. I ended up doing it, and I think obviously I'm proud of that too, because it got out of my comfort zone of talking to people, random people that I don't know. And yeah, when I do those things, I realize, like, I start to question, like, is it good? Like, I feel good when I do that, but do I truly want it, or is it just feel good because it's like a temporary satisfaction, or what? Sometimes when I get those reminders of loneliness, and I start to think, like, maybe I should open up my friend group, maybe I should meet new people and hang out and stuff, or I'm just not sure about that. I mean, we're human beings. We need connection. We thrive off of experiences with other people. We're destined to have a family. You're destined to have a brother, a sister, a father, a mother, and it's just human nature to interact with people, whether you know them or not. But I think it's healthy to challenge being in this comfort zone of your own people and try to find someone new, and someone that is of different, whether it's like different thinking, different ways of thinking, and different ways of religion, for example, or different political aspects. It's like, I feel like if you're friends with people like that, where they have different perspectives at life, I think it shows like a really healthy dynamic with your ability to accept differences in people, and it makes it very healthy. I think that's what I strive to do in the future, is get more people that I don't agree with, if that makes sense, because I feel like that would make me more satisfied with my ability to talk with people and my ability to accept differences and accept putting differences aside and just enjoying the moment, or enjoying people for who they really are instead of their perspectives on things. I think that's a very healthy thing. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And I didn't really drink much of this tea, but I think it's pretty good actually. I like this blueberry milk mix. It's kind of like a sweet, I don't know, it's good. It's like, it's healthy, and it's just, there's no sugar in it, but it tastes pretty good. Yeah, so I recommend it. But thanks for sticking by, and I'll see you in the next one.